Good afternoon, guys. Talking to you here on the afternoon of President's Day. Beautiful day outside. Unfortunately, it was a day late for our Twilight this weekend, but I've been wanting to talk to you guys about the calendar. I usually have the entire thing released by now, but as I mentioned earlier, I've been waiting on Hidden Valley for the dates of the match play and the stroke play, and I'm just sick of waiting. So I'm going to run through the calendar with you guys and explain to you, the possibility of when those dates are and pretty much all the other important Twilight dates that we're going to have this year. So after playing 2 rounds before President's Day, which is frankly insane, we're going to be off this weekend. The weather just is not looking great, and in fact, the long range is just not looking great, period. It's not really supposed to get up into the 50s until like mid to end of March. I mean, they're saying there's a couple days that you might reach 50, so maybe we'll get lucky that those fall on the weekends, but here I have the 7-day up and it just looks like garbage. So we're going to skip this weekend. I mean, I'm thrilled to get 2 rounds in, so whatever, no big deal. I guess that next weekend will be then the first weekend of March. So we'll kind of see what happens there. But just wanted to get it out there. No Twilight this weekend, making an early decision on that. Let me bring up my calendar here. So I'm now going to be in no hurry to send out this week's email that we have no Twilight for our recap. For those of you who are unaware, we did play Lebanon Valley yesterday. It was actually kind of pleasant. For those of you who played Rich Valley, I would say the conditions were similar because we didn't have any wind at Lebanon Valley. It was especially the front 9 was like very peaceful and calm. The back 9, the wind picked up a little bit, but we're talking minor compared to what we dealt with at Rich Valley. The only shitty part is we just played frozen greens for, I don't know, about 9 holes, probably, and frozen for 5 or 6 holes. That's something I didn't really consider. They had the forecast beginning of the week, a high of, I think it was like 44. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. And obviously it crept down, and we were already pot committed at that point. So we were playing, but that is something I need to consider in the future. If it's going to be low 40s, I need to make sure the day before isn't going to suck like Saturday did, where the whole course was freezing. But it was Lebanon Valley. They had some of their winter tees up. Some of them were a lot different too. Like some were back compared to where we normally were. Like 1 and 10 were way back. A couple of the other ones was up. So all in all, it wasn't that bad. I mean, you guys know how that course is. So it was just good to get out. It was fine. Temperatures, I was probably warmer at Lebanon Valley than I was Rich Valley. But yeah, went well. Anyway, looking into March then. So I have these all I forgot. I was saying I'm gonna start putting this at the bottom of the weekly emails, and I was saying I am going to probably get it out by the end of the week. I haven't really started on any of the stats today because, like I said, I have 2 weeks until our next event, so that's what I was getting my point at. So these will be on the emails, but I wanted to give you a video and talk about some things as well. All right, so looking at the month of March, I have these all scheduled for Sunday. But remember, this time of year, I will make a change, okay? If the weather is going to be better Saturday, I will play it on Saturday. The weather's better on Sunday, we'll play it on Sunday. So March is up in the air, nothing concrete at that point, okay? Nothing crazy. We'll play our normal spring courses. We'll probably be hitting up, Fairview, Willow Hollow, Rich Maiden, Reading Country Club. Those are a lot of the ones we like to hit early in the year. So you can expect courses like that in March. Going to April then, same thing with this first weekend of April. I have it scheduled for Sunday, but it's still the time of year, whatever time of day is better. Now, once we get into mid-April, we start our gap matches. Okay, so our gap matches take place on Sundays, so this will for sure be Saturday the 9th, and if the weather sucks, we just won't play, okay? During gap match season, because a lot of us have to travel, and not only travel to away courses, but, it's a lot. I like to keep it close course-wise, So I definitely want to get us to Schuylkill one of these days in here. I got to find out when Schuylkill airify. I think we airified this day. So maybe I'll try to take us on the 9th. That way the greens will be in great shape by then, and you guys will be able to see all the changes we have done there, all the trees we cut down. It's going to be awesome. Really excited for you guys to see it. So I'll probably have Schuylkill in there. Then we have Easter. So we don't play our gap match on Easter weekend, and obviously I'm not scheduling something for Easter weekend. So that's another Twilight we'll be playing on a Saturday for sure, or not playing at all. 23rd, I'll keep this one close to, maybe like a Hidden Valley type of thing. And then the next one, this is Cuffy's bachelor party. I'm not going to be able to make his bachelor party because of the gap match on next Sunday, and I have Lauds in a couple weeks. So since I'm not going to be able to make his, I am going to schedule a event on the 30th. I know it'll probably be a smaller Twilight because a lot of the Shenandoah guys will be at his bachelor party. But I don't know what course. I haven't really mind. Once again, probably somewhere close. So that takes us into May. Like I said, we have a gap match that Sunday. Now, this is the weekend that is always up in the air based on how our gap team does. Chances are we're going to be playing a gap match. I think it's a 75% chance. If we come in first, third, or fourth in our division, we have a gap match. If we come in second, we don't have a gap match. So if we don't, I'll schedule a Twilight. I won't know until the afternoon of the first if we're going to be playing a Twilight or not. So I will let everyone know immediately on that Monday. But like I said, 75% chance there will be no Twilight. If we do, it'll be on Saturday. Next week we got a lot going on that next week. 14th and 15th, this is now Cuffy's wedding weekend, it's Laud's bachelor party weekend, and it's the Burke's match play. No Twilight scheduled then. Obviously, a lot of people will be at Cuffy's wedding. A lot of people will be at Laud's bachelor party. I would say over half of the league will probably be at those two, maybe more. And then I know a couple people like Pez and, I don't know, maybe Hand or something will be playing the Burke's match play. So no Twilight the weekend of the 14th and 15th. The 21st, we're going to have our first major of the year, and you're probably looking at Pine Meadows. So, Laud's getting married the 28th and 29th, which is Memorial Day weekend. He's not getting married the 28th. He's getting married the 29th. But all of the rehearsal shit and all that's going on the 28th. So, no Twilight that weekend. No 36-hole doubleheader this year, okay? I'm not rescheduling it for another weekend. It is what it is. We're just not going to have it. We're still going to play Pine Meadows and Blue Mountain, just not 36 holes in the same day. So with that opening, I thought it would be a great opportunity to play a major at Pine Meadows. I think that would be an awesome course to host one at. Playing the tips there for the championship flight would be great. I mean, they got a ton of sets of tees that I can really spread out for the different flights. So I'm excited to play that as a major. So that is a rock solid date there, the 21st. I mean, yes, I guess I do need to check Pine Meadows doesn't have a tournament or anything that day, but regardless, we'll be playing the Masters that day, hopefully at Pine Meadows. So it's a very light May for Twilight. If we play a gap challenge match, that will be our only Twilight in the month of May, which is very busy with Cuffy and Laud stuff going on there, really end of April into May. June. First weekend in June is always the Better Ball Invitational at Schuylkill. Hopefully a lot of you will be playing in that again to support the county, support the club. That's always the first weekend. So then we'll be back in action on the 11th. I always put some club events in here. I know, some of you obviously aren't members and don't really care about it, but some people use this calendar for a lot of club events that we play in. So that's a junior, senior at Schuylkill. A lot of us play in that, so I just put that on the calendar so people have a heads up. 18th, regular Twilight, and then we're already into SCC member guest. I know a lot of you play in the member guest. I do not play in it, so I still do run a Twilight that weekend. So June 26th, the Sunday of member guest weekend, I will be running an event. Okay, July. So this is where things start to get a little unsure. July 4th weekend, at the moment, I have something scheduled for Saturday the 2nd. This 9th and 10th is usually when the Schuylkill match play is. But like I said, Leroy's done running the events. I've been trying to get in touch with Howie. He claims he had dates for me and then has ghosted my text and phone calls for like 2 weeks. So I'm done reaching out. Whatever, I'll find out when I find out. He was talking about changing the weekend, so I'm not sure. The 9th and 10th is the Berks Partners. That's positive. That's at Heidelberg this year. A lot of us play in the Berks Partners. So if the match play is the same weekend as that, we obviously are going to have to play in our county's match play over it. But the 9th and 10th will be no Twilight regardless, because we'll either be playing in the Berks Partners or the match play. And there's, I guess, a possibility that they're not going to put the match play over July 4th weekend. That's not going to happen. So the only other possibility is the match play could fall here in the 16th and the 17th. I'll let you guys know as soon as I find out, but I'm planning on, just an event, the 2nd, the 16th, and the 23rd. Okay, that takes us to the Sullivan at the end of the month at Lebanon. That's a 3-day tournament. We don't have any Twilight that weekend. Okay, so that's July. August, first weekend of August, we are going to have the Twilight Open, and we're going to try to have it at Galen Hall. It's where we were supposed to have it last year, but we had the issue where we found out they punched their greens early in August. I love having a major there. It's just a great course to have it at, so I will be trying that again. Whether the course is available that day, we'll find out. But Saturday the 6th is, in fact, the Twilight Open. That is also the Berks Am weekend. A couple people usually play in that, so I just have it on the schedule so they know that. I don't actually know what course the Berks Am's at this year. I do actually. Hang on. I have it saved I have all their events saved. Berks. That is at Ledge Rock this year. The Berks Am's at Ledge Rock. Twilight the 13th, then we have our club championship the weekend of the 20th and 21st. And then here's another one where I'm not sure. Usually the county is held on Labor Day weekend, okay, the 3rd and the 4th. But Howie was mentioning playing it a week earlier. So there's a chance the county could be the 27th and 28th. If there is, we'll play the county this weekend, and I'll bump Twilight to Labor Day weekend. All right, then that leaves us with the DBI Scramble. We always play in that, or DCI, I guess now, on Saturday the 10th. And then tentatively, I scheduled the Ryder Cup for the 17th. I always look at the Penn State home schedule, some events at Schuylkill, and this seemed like the best. Last year we played the Ryder Cup later. We got lucky with good weather. But overall, I like playing the Ryder Cup in the middle of September if we can. I have a much better chance of good weather in September. It's not as much to worry about. So 17th. And then at that point, October-wise, I don't have anything down on the calendar in October, we can possibly play some fall events if the weather's nice. I think we played a couple last year, but overall, nobody shows up to them. I get really, really small turnouts in the fall. So I don't know. If the weather looks good, I'll try to schedule something. If not, but that's our big end of the year event there, Saturday the 17th, for the Ryder Cup. And yes, I'm going back to Pine Meadows, fucking Valley. It worked great last year playing at Pine Meadows. It's an awesome course. The staff there is great. Go to Red Lion for the party. I really like how that worked out last year, so I'm going to continue that again. So like I said, I will have this entire calendar posted at the end of every email that you can check it. I will update it when I know some more information. But at this time, that's all I know. I don't have any of the county events on there. Hopefully Howie gets back to me sometime soon. But yeah, that's that. Hopefully you guys can now mark your calendars and, clear those for, the events you guys like playing in. And I'm approaching my 15-minute time limit here on Screencast. So thank you all for watching. I'll stop talking here. Enjoy the rest of the day, and I hope to see you the first weekend of March then if the weather is good. See ya.